This is a 2-pack of rechargeable book lights. So I received these book lights to review for free. If you wanted to purchase them, the 2-pack would cost you between $14 and $16. They haven't paid me for my review, and so my opinions remain my own. Alright, so in the package we have 2 individually wrapped book lights. This is the green color. They also come with 2 USB-A to USB-C charging cables. So each book light has this mini gooseneck on it, and they also have a small metallic clip that will clip to the back cover of your book. You just slide that into your book to hold it. To turn these guys on and off, there's a switch on the top of the book light itself. You push that, and there's a couple of different settings you can have for the lights. So they have a super bright white, they have a warm white, and they have a combination of both. So you can have a cold white, a warm white, and kind of the both lights at the same time. You can also press and hold to dim this light. So if you don't want the full brightness, you can dim it down and get it to a very dim light, so you're not shooting light in the faces of people next to you in bed, for example. From a weight standpoint, this guy is 55 grams, or just under 2 ounces. Alright, so this is the cool white setting. Here's the warm white setting. And this is the mixture of the two. Now if you press and hold to dim, it'll get dimmer like this. And the camera doesn't really show it, but even at the dimmest setting you could read the book here. I think I would prefer it to kind of be at a mid-level setting. I don't think I'd want to read it at full dim, but you have a good variation of how dim you want it to be. And it's doing a pretty good job of getting the full book, so the light is wide enough to reach both sides of your book here. Alright, so the back of them have this kind of, waffle or mesh rubber pad, and then they have 2 screws here, and basically it's just a USB-C charging point, and there's a little dot which I'm assuming is a light for the charge indicator. The gooseneck here is metallic and it holds its shape very well, so if you put it in a particular position it's going to stay where you put it. And it's pretty good length, so you can get it pretty far away from the book and move it around a little if you need to. This guy is weighted enough that you can set that rubber base down and it's not going to slide. You could use this as kind of a portable, like little mini bedside lamp, and just set it on a table or maybe the top of a flat headboard. Alright, so although it has a USB-C charging socket, it does not negotiate power from a USB-C power delivery charger, so you won't just be able to plug in your normal USB-C power delivery phone charger to charge this guy up. You do need a cable like a USB-A to C cable so that it has a guaranteed 5 volts coming out of the end there. So it's plugged into a USB-A to C cable here. It's charging at 0.3 amps, so it's taking 1.7 watts here, so it does not have much of a current draw to charge, so basically any USB-A port should be able to charge this guy up just fine. So while it's charging, there's a little red LED lit up here. I'm going to leave it on to charge and see if that LED goes out or turns a different color when it gets done charging, and then we'll do a runtime test to see. So the claim is this has at least an 8-hour runtime at the brightest level. The little red light in that hole turns off when it's fully charged. Alright, this guy's fully charged. The red light turned off. We're going to run it time-lapse and see how long it lights up for at the full brightness setting. Alright, I have the book light lighting up the clock and the time-lapse camera's going. So this guy was full brightness for 8 hours, and then it kind of dimmed from the 8 to 9 hour mark. So you get a little bit of use after 8 hours, but it definitely was full brightness all the way up to 8. So it took just about exactly 2 hours to refill it back up. Alright, it says it took 3 watt-hours to charge this guy back up. Alright, so this guy's perfectly functional as a book light. The metal clip here I like that it's not going to, pop and fatigue and break off. It is a little bit heavier than some other book lights I've seen, but I kind of like the fact that this gooseneck is made out of metal. It feels a little sturdier than some of the other plasticky book lights. I mean, it has a lot of plastic in, the head's plastic, the base is plastic, but the parts that I think really matter, the clip and this gooseneck are definitely metal there. It has the rubber pad there, a nice feature where you can like set it someplace and use it just as a stand light. The power button is perfectly usable. You know, you just push the button, it turns on, you push the button and it changes to a different color. If you push and hold, it'll dim, so you can control the dimming. You can, you know, bring it back up again. You know, so it's definitely easy enough to use with the one button operation, even though they overload that button for color, temperature, and brightness, as well as the on off.